So in the last video we left you that we'd made the rather mad trip up to Scotland to source a very specialist caravan, and that is the Hymer Eriba Feeling 425. So let me just give you a quick overview and then show you around the van itself. So this van has an upstairs. It has a pop-top roof, rather like a camper van, but somewhat bigger than a standard camper van. The upstairs basically consists of a king-size bed. It's 150 centimetres in width and 193 centimetres long. So just fractionally shorter than a standard king-size, but equally as wide. And the plan here is with the king-size bed upstairs to split it into two sleeping pods, if you like, so more like side-by-side bunks. So each of the boys will get a 75 centimetre by 193 centimetre sleeping space. So far bigger than a standard UK bunk in a UK caravan. Downstairs we've got a standard double, 135 centimetres wide by 2 metres long at the back. That's a fixed double with plenty of storage underneath and the fixed water tank. We've got a tiny washroom because overall this van is 6 metres long, so one has to compromise in some places. So we have a compact washroom, perfectly big enough. It certainly couldn't swing a cat in it, but one can use it for what you need to do in a washroom. And luckily, being rather short, none of us has a problem seeing or being seen over the top of the walls themselves when the roof is up. So you can see, as you can in a camper van, you can raise the roof in the upstairs roof bed to give a very airy and wonderful feeling during the day, and then bring it down at night when you need it. So other than that, we've got quite a significant wardrobe storage space and a smaller cupboard underneath, partially obscured by the wheel arch. We've got storage under both of the front benches, the front left one having a Truma Combi 4 system in. So that takes up most of the space, and also the electrical system in there and the battery are all under that front left corner, so not much storage space in that particular locker. And then top lockers all the way around the van, not very tall, but plenty of them. During the daytime, obviously if you've got the roof bed pushed up, you can also put the front ladder out of the way. It can be taken into two pieces and stored away, or it fits rather neatly just across the bed at the back. The Feeling is constructed using the pool system, whereby insulation is injected into the shell itself once the inner and outer skins have been put in place and held together by mesh reinforcing and so on. All the electrics are controlled by a purpose-built shout system, and rather cleverly all the 240 volt electrics are all made plug and play, so they all have these connectors on the end, and it's very easy to add and subtract and disconnect and maintain those individual circuits. The chassis itself is somewhat lower than most standard chassis, which means it tows absolutely beautifully because it's much lower to the ground, but of course we have to be aware of that chassis, and as such we decided to go for a mammoth mover because that integrates with the chassis at the same height. Others have used other makes and got on perfectly well, but we thought as the standard holes were there, we'd go for this particular brand and see how we liked it. We've previously had a power touch mover on the Quartz 6, which you saw a few videos ago, and that worked really well, but this time we wanted to try something integrated at the chassis level. So the really fabulous thing about buying Hymer Eriba caravans is that at the time we chose, you had a choice of 4 furnishings. So this is a Stanley fabric. You could choose both these comfort pillows, which have the wider rolls on them, and also the standard pillows. This is an ex-demo model that we're buying, so both have already been specified. You have a choice of usually 4 fabrics, 2 as within the standard price and 2 as slightly increased price optional extras. And I think that's really great to be able to personalise the van from the fabrics themselves, rather than having to just wait to add scatter cushions and so on. So all in all, a pretty amazing little package. It's just over 6 metres long in total, and that of course includes the massive A-frame, which has enough space to get a bike rack on the front, 4.3 internal length, and within that we've got enough room for 2 to sleep upstairs in comfort, 2 downstairs, And if this were a UK van, it might be claimed 2 in the front, but the front dinette is 135 centimetres at one end and 100 centimetres at the other, so Hymer only claimed 1 person there. So all in all, we're really pleased. The van itself has a massive 350 kilogram payload, and we've got the same or possibly more sleeping space than we would have in the twin axles we were looking at, within a van that's only 6 metres. Of course there are compromises. We have barely any washroom and we don't have very palatial onboard cooking facilities, but actually those are compromises that suit us well, and so I think this van is really suited well to what we were looking for. I hope you enjoyed following along with our summary. You've seen some of the adventures we've been on already, and there are lots more to come, so give us a thumbs up and subscribe to follow along with us. Bye for now.